So make sure you pull before you go so you don't feel like you're gonna fall down. So from here, I'm gonna row here. Sometimes we like to do a drop back row if you want. You can touch down and reach. I kind of like those better, okay, because they really allow you to fully extend here more than you typically would. So let's go 10 to 12 here on the right, 10 to 12 on the left, and then we're going to do our row like this for our final 10 to 12. So it'll be 10, 10, 10, right, left, both. All right? Over here, we have bicep curls. So you're going to start with wide arm curls, all right? Right like this. Have a seat. Wide arm curls like this, all the way up, all the way down. You can rest your neck if you would like to, but I do want those palms out, and I want those arms almost like you tuck your shoulder blades back. So they're kind of like behind you, okay? Then we're gonna come up and you're gonna stand, you're gonna do alt hammer curls. So it's almost like, I always say this is the hand jive thing, or like the dance where you do the thumbs back. So if you're holding your hammer, you're kind of going to the opposite shoulder, putting your thumbs back, okay? So that's your alt hammer curl that way. And then you have iso incline curls. So let's do them like this, because I'm not sure what she means by that. So I'm going to make a preacher curl. So keep our benches at a little angle here. And I want you to take one arm, right? Put your armpit like here. And iso curl this way, just like this. 10 to the right, 10 to the left. You're going to need a heavier one for the isolated curls. Okay? So we're going to do that. All right, moving on over, we have cable chest fly. You're going to want these to be angled down a little bit. So they're going to be a little bit higher than you probably at like your shoulder. All right, we're both okay, good. I think the best way to get these started, for me, I like to push together first and then walk out as opposed to walking out like this, okay? Because you're going to be a little heavier than this. When I'm here, I stagger my legs and then I angle my hands down. So I'm below my chin, like in front of my chest. Then I have a slight bend in my elbows as I open wide, 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 and then close. When I'm doing it, I'm thinking about this muscle here. So I'm isolating my whole body, and when I close, I'm using this as I close and contract. All right, so you're gonna have 10 to 15 flies. There, stability ball flies, iso overhead press. So, you know what, I'm going to change this, sorry Julia. That's a double fly. We're gonna go offerings, bottom up. All right, so we're gonna go 10 to 15 offerings, and then we can go into your 10 to 15 shoulder press, because the fly is just a double exercise. Next, tricep dips. All right, 5 to 20. You can do them here. Okay, you can do it with this equalizer. Sometimes the equalizer actually go off the ends. Okay, you just gotta be careful. If you gotta make sure you get your balance. I like to go back and up. So if you feel like dips, like you feel like a shoulder pull, I like that angle sometimes. That works good. Tricep push-ups. That is elbows brush the sides. You can do them off the bench like this. Okay, all the way up, all the way down. You could also still do them up here if you want to not go as low. Again, I'll do the bends of the equalizers. Dip down and push up. If you are not very good with tricep push-ups, you can also do cobras on the floor. If you're going to do cobras, you got to double the reps. All right, and then tricep iso kickbacks. Okay, 12 and 12. So when I kick back, you keep your elbow up high. It's like that robot, right? It's just the arms kind of hang. It's like your elbow is pinned up with a string. And if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, rotate the palm to the ceiling for an extra second at the top. Okay? Make it a little bit harder. You can also use your equalizer to lean over to kick back. And lastly, we have body bar upright rows. I'm not the biggest fan of body bar upright rows. For me personally, it's weird for my wrists to get my elbows up. If you like them, use them. So I will get let's pretend I have a 25-pound plate here. I like the way the grip feels better. Okay, so elbows need to be higher than the shoulders, and the hands need to stay under your elbows and your chin. All right, if you feel your traps, don't go as high. Stay low and away from the body. Okay, when you go like this is what the guys do, and then they add that shrug at the top to hit the traps. We don't want traps as ladies, so we're gonna go like this. Okay, out and away until you feel it in the front. All right, next, you can do your body bar forward raises like this. So Swipe at the legs, lift it up to the nose, and slowly lower down. My rule of thumb usually is lift it up and go 3, 2, 1 on the negatives. And then side plate O's. I would put little circles. Okay, I usually do my rock on symbol like this. So you make a circle to the side this way, and then this way. You can also use dumbbells if you don't want to hold them like this either. All right, that's everything.